out of my
Live?
Sorry,
All right.
Live.
Live?
With that laughter, we kick off another episode of the French Toast Night podcast. This is episode number 12, and this is a very special episode, not only because of our subject matter, and our subject matter is going to be geared primarily towards summer camp, but also because for the first time in French Toast Night podcast history, we have 5 individuals joining this podcast. So first of all, Paul Witt from North Carolina. Hi, Paul.
Hey, Kev. Hey, friends. How are you guys?
Great.
We also,
Great.
Can you guys hear
have-
me? Oh, no. I'll log out, log back in. Sorry, guys.
Again, the pre-show is maybe more humorous than the actual show. We also have another consistent member of our podcast, Aaron Boyce, Salt Lake City.
Good to
Our
see everyone again.
Chief engineer,
That's right.
Yep.
54%.
He pushes the buttons and makes this thing work. And then from Greenville, South Carolina, Nathaniel Jeffrey Offord.
All 4 of
Hey,
them.
it's me, Nathan Offord.
I forget your real name sometimes, Nate. And then from Canton, Michigan, Oral Robert Fitz Jr.
Good evening,
Hey.
everyone. I'm joined here tonight with my family. It's great to be here.
Yes. And
Let me
if you want-
emphasize again, I'm here with my family. It's important to mention.
Yes, for you who are listening and not watching, you need to watch some of this just so you can see Rob's adorable children. They're in the background.
And watch Rob drink water.
Yes.
If he has to leave for a few minutes, it's because he's drinking a lot of water.
Yeah, drink a lot of water.
Well, I'm old now, and if I drink it too close to bedtime,
Hydration is important.
That's right. Stay thirsty. Well, gentlemen, I have
Rob, your age never had anything to do with
Here we go. So, listeners, you will really quickly find out that this is going to be a unique episode because there are 5 of us, and we all like to talk, and we also have a lot of inside jokes and inside stories. So, we're going to try to give you some of the behind-the-scenes look at summer camp without losing you in inside jokes and snide, snarky comments. That's the endeavor.
Whoa. What was the second part you said?
Yeah.
That was not in our pre-show notes.
Never mind. So first question for you all, and I'm going to start with Nate. Okay, Nate, and then Rob, and then Paul and Aaron. A big part of summer camp, at least the summer camp that we were a part of, was doing what Rob is doing, and that is staying hydrated. And one of the things we would do, especially the last few summers we worked together, we would stay hydrated with Peace Tea.
Oh,
My question for you men is, what is your favorite flavor of Peace Tea? Favorite flavor? I think there's maybe 8 or 9 or 10. They maybe I can't remember, but I think at camp we had 8 to 10ish. And
an hour?
Yeah. Yeah. Nate, what was your favorite flavor?
Probably the favorite flavor that we had at camp was razzleberry. That being said, obviously they're all good, but the one I found post-camp was the Viva Mango. I did not try that until I stepped away from Northland Camp. And it's not tea in any way, shape, or form, but it's super good.
It's just peace.
Oh,
It's just peace.
it
It's
puts
so
the P
good.
in Peace Tea.
Yeah, it's true.
Can we edit that out?
Got it.
We always do. Paul, what was
Yep.
your favorite?
Yeah, wait, you said Rob was going to go next.
I'm sorry.
This is just rehearsal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, do you want to lead this podcast? Because I'm not doing a good job.
I can go. Razzleberry is the one that got me hooked, and then I went through a phase even at camp with the peach, the Georgia peach tea.
Yeah.
But post camp, I'm with Nate. The mango. The mango has been my favorite. In fact, I had one earlier today.
How much
Wow.
did you pay for it, Paul?
Ooh.
$1.29.
Oh my word.
Oh,
Robbery.
that's a travesty. Trump's
Yeah, I
America.
can. I can stop anytime I want. I can stop anytime I want. I do not have a peace tea problem.
I hope Congressman Ben Sasse in his book about America, he has part in there about peace tea prices. Rob, favorite flavor?
My go-to is Georgia peach. After a hard day of camp and when things weren't really going well, I'd run to a nice ice cold bottle of Georgia peach. Drown my sorrow.
You got it in bottles?
Well,
I run to Peach.
special container.
Chris Anderson penned the words of that song.
Yeah, sitting
I run.
on my 4-wheeler of choice and drinking a cold Georgia Peach was the way to go.
Jonathan Aaron.
Yeah. So I think what was the like? There's lemon flavor, but then there was it was like lemonade.
The pink lemonade.
What was that? No, well, okay, I actually really did like that. What
Was it
the one that was-
Texas? The Texas roast? Oh.
No, it was the half and half kind.
Yes.
It was like,
Yeah, the tea and lemonade. I think it was literally tea plus lemonade was what was on the.
yeah, I like that one. And I actually really do like the Texas kind because the Texas was just straight up like good, like Southern tea without the lemon. But I'm probably partial to their version of Arnold Palmer. So yeah, the lemonade kind.
I also like the Georgia Peach, but I usually went for the half and half, I think is what it was called. Because I put it in my coffee with some sugar. It's delicious.
It was great.
Half and
It's
half.
Yeah.
Well, good. That's a little warm-up question. Now, here's a question that might be serious, but also might be humorous. I know for myself, throughout a normal week, I have certain situations and circumstances that just remind me of camp or just make me think about camp. And there's obviously a lot of things that make me think about camp, but there are some specific situations I'm in somewhat consistently where I will think of camp. And I'm wondering if you guys find yourself in situations somewhat regularly that remind you of camp. So I don't know what order we're going to go in. So I'll just start with Aaron. Aaron.
Okay. Sorry. There's a sidebar comment thread going on with all of this. When do I most think of camp?
Yeah, is there like a
Wow.
regular occurrence, something that happens on a somewhat consistent basis that just makes you think about camp?
Yeah, I would say I still do some summer ministry, and so I that's probably when I hearken back.
We don't.
Apparently
None
not.
of us do.
Yeah, I mean, no. I actually helped run a camp still, which is kind of nice. There's something called Plant Camp out here, and so I think that's when I really reach back for all that I learned from you guys about program directing for Plant Camp. So yeah, that's probably when I get most nostalgic is when I correlate those two things.
Nate, what about you?
Yeah, I was thinking about this, and it's like whenever we converse and specifically dive into camp memories, obviously that brings it up. But I think I'm doing such different stuff now than I did at camp that it's not necessarily activities that bring it up. But every time I do see a really killer sunset, like I compare it to what it would have been like at Northland, and usually they can be pretty good. But that'll often be what reminds me of camp is actually the sunsets.
Yeah. Rob, you have a something that happens somewhat regularly?
Yeah, every time I open Facebook and one of Nate's nostalgia causes it just a outpouring of Northland memories. So pretty much every day.
Even from people who never went to Northland.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Those are the best ones.
Well, there are two types of people in the world: those who went there and those who criticized it. So we can edit that out, right? We can edit that, right, boys?
Yep, it's already done.
Yeah,
Good.
remember what?
Paul, even if that was a reheat, it's still good. That leftover is delicious.
It's not a reheat.
Okay.
I don't have enough people to even joke with anymore to reheat anything.
Paul, what's your what's the situation in your life that happens somewhat regularly that reminds you of camp?
Dude, every day.
Yeah.
Number one, because I have a rather large 3-foot by 2-foot print of Reflection Lake right across my desk that I stare at every day. And then secondly, 35% of our church is made up of people who work at a camp, and that's all they talk about. And so even, let's see, in all seriousness, it's probably been only 24 hours since I thought about it. At Wednesday night prayer time, prayer requests. Camp staff is arriving Saturday. Pray for safety. Pray for camp staff training. Pray for final details. If you still need a few staffers. I've never heard any of those things before. So, but yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's always kind of there, but it's all good. It's all good. Those are sweet memories.
Is there a camp near where you live, Paul?
Yes, Ridge Haven is on Frozen Creek Road. Yep.
Is that where they filmed the movie Heavyweights?
I think it's where they filmed Sheffy, but I can't remember. I've never seen it. I've never seen
Really?
it. No.
I just got distracted. You said Sheffy.
What about you, Kev?
Yeah, for me, and again, I think of it often in lots of different things, but one thing that regularly happens is if I'm like in the middle of a long day or even toward the end of a long day, for me, usually it's Wednesdays. So with our ministry, church ministry, youth group, Wednesday's a long day. And so I'll get to like 6:45, youth group's about to start, and I'll just feel tired. And I'll be like, Kevin, this is nothing compared to what you used to do. This is like diddly squat compared to what you used to do. Like the level of tiredness.
Easy with the language.
Sorry, kids, children.
Kids are still in the room.
Hey kids, time for bed. Uncle Kevin's getting tired.
A little too much peace tea. That's not me talking. That's the peace tea talking.
But I'll kind of like give myself a stern pep talk. Like Kevin, you used to go through those 2 weeks. Okay, so for me, it was the 2 weeks of staff training and then the first 2 weeks of camp. Remember those 4 weeks in a row? Because the first week of family camp, first week of teen camp, you're doing everything for the first time. Plus, of course, staff training is infinitely long. And so I just think about those 4 weeks and how every summer, we did it. God gave us strength to get through it. And so I can get through like a February Wednesday of youth group. That's when I think of it a lot. I'm like, man, I used to do this like every day, 4 weeks in a row. I can't get through like one day. So,
Yep.
Anyway. Why are you guys laughing?
I don't know.
The joy of camp memories.
Yeah.
Oh,
So listeners, if you want to subscribe and pay us a lot of money, we might let you read what we chat.
A lot of money.
Yes.
No, we won't.
There's about 2 of you that listen that we might let in. So speaking of camp memories, this next topic will probably take us the rest of the time we have here. And it's really just going to be a platform into sharing funny stories, memories, just things that happened that the 5 of us want to enjoy together. And if you're listening, we'll let you listen in. This is really more for us. And so to start this conversation, I want each of you to take one summer program theme, and let us know just like your favorite parts of that program theme. So whether it's a certain game or two, or a skit from Funny Time or something about that theme that you just really loved. And then the rest of us will try to maybe fill in gaps of things that we loved about that theme as well, which I think will lead to hopefully some stories. So without any further ado, Rob, you of course are the mastermind behind all the summer camp themes that we did. And so
That sounds like a statement of blame, Kevin.
Let the record show this was Rob's idea.
Yeah.
Only at times. What's that big sandhill doing out back behind trap shooting?
Well, you see,
It was Rob's idea. I don't know. It was Rob's idea. So Rob, one of the themes that you came up with, I'm pretty sure it was your idea, and I think the first time we did it was the first summer that you were program director.
That is correct.
Off-road adventure, and so that was your brainchild. You wanted to do that theme.
Summer 2010, is that right?
That is correct. 2010.
That sounds right. So I know your background, your family history has a little bit to do with that, with racing and vehicles and stuff. But tell us what you enjoyed about off-road adventure, and maybe if you want, you could even explain like how you came up with the idea.
Yes, off-road adventure, my favorite theme, I think, out of all of them, because I'm a gearhead love cars, engines, stuff like that. It was really deep down an immediate way for me to purchase more ATVs. Started planning about 2 years out, so I knew I
Wait, do we do that? Do we do that theme every year?
could. It kind of got the ball rolling, you know. I got the dirt bike, and then I got the 4-wheeler, and just kind of helped me, you know, honey, we need this. It's for the camp. It's
Yeah, for the
for the bigger good, amen.
For the kingdom.
Amen. So that was a big part of it because I like anything with wheels and engines. So that was a fun part, and I was able to really let my mind go wild with all the off-road stuff that we used. One thing we planned for Off-Road Adventure in 2010 was a large dirt bike aerial show that we actually paid money to have ramps made. We had 2 dirt bike riders that were somewhat
They didn't tip over. They didn't fall off the dirt bike.
So we spent about $1,000 moving earths to build these ramps, and we had these 2 guys come out. And we actually there was one night in the summer where they actually got out there, practiced, did some pretty impressive jumps.
during staff training, right? During
Yeah,
leadership
I think it was
training.
during staff training. But as we got closer, I think the impending potential of them dying, and having a major accident out there,
In front of people.
already spent on the moving of the earth and the potential injury to the teens while they were standing really close watching that. So we switched from that, which was going to be called something like I can't remember what it was going to be called. We switched to the event in the valley called Supercross,
Yes.
Yes.
Supercross.
which
So
was Supercross was our gladiator event that we had repackaged like 18 times at that point.
I say, don't you remember? It was a game with the scaffolding and tennis balls.
Yeah. But the real twist was the lines intersected. Woo!
Yeah.
Called it Supercross.
Okay, so which was the worst financial investment, that or the Aquazorb? Like, which of those did you spend more on and use less?
Well, no one was hurt with the Supercross track. So
It's that.
Aquazorb,
Oh.
still heavy investment.
Now, wasn't the Aquazorb, didn't it debut in 2010 as well?
It did.
Did it?
Oh wow!
No.
Which one was Zorb?
Don't steal my thunder.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Get off my camp theme.
Sorry. Going back to Off-Road Adventure.
No, that was 2011.
Okay.
Oh, because Land Fear. ended
I'm sorry.
up
We
sucking
started
the
using
thing.
it in 2011, and then we finished in
later,
2011.
later that week in 2011.
Yeah, but let's not go there. We're staying with Off-Road Adventure.
Yeah.
The only reason I remember is the staff DVD for 2011 was dedicated to the late Zorb. You remember?
I need to watch those staff DVDs.
Oh, don't, man.
Oh.
You'll laugh, you'll cry.
Aaron, because you've been patiently waiting your turn, 2010 Off-Road Adventure, you were a program guy, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have a favorite game that summer? I mean, besides the obvious Supercross, like everybody loved those teams crisscrossing.
Wild.
I was in charge of. I think what was the commodity game that year?
That was
Fuel.
Fuel.
best commodity game of all time.
Dude,
Yeah,
we
you
could have
can't-
a
you
whole podcast episode on fuel. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, you can't really compete with that other than the 3 games that I invented. That weren't we're gonna talk about that later. I was in charge of not Junkyard, but the Monday night game, like the kickball game. So
Dirt track. Dirt track.
cutting my teeth on Dirt Track a little bit.
Because that was a real deep
But yeah, it was awesome.
Well, Aaron, you cut your forehead on dirt track
Right.
like
Oh,
4
the
years
track.
prior.
I almost cut my forehead on Dirt Track.
Yep.
4 years
run.
prior to that.
Tell the story. Tell the story.
Well, okay, so Dirt Track is such that you have these projectiles that you throw into the field. So it's kind of like kickball, but you throw like a frisbee or like a ball or a bigger ball, football. There's all kind of stuff. And so I had a wiffle ball, and part of the game. This was actually a lot earlier. This was like 4 years prior to that. But part of the game that we tried is Trevor told us to like lock arms with a partner that we had to run around the bases with. Okay, well, I was trying to be super
Yeah,
clever. What's that?
Always make sure there's a variation of some sort.
Yes, absolutely. Earthquake. Okay. So some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah,
So I put one of the white balls on the white line. So I was trying to be really sneaky and hoping nobody would see it because there was quite a crowd up front. Dustin had the Frisbee. And so as soon as I put the white ball down, we're just about to go. He's just about to blow the whistle. I turn toward Dustin, and his Frisbee, right as the whistle's blowing, meets my head. And it was one of those rubbery Frisbees, so it wasn't like the cheapo kind. And I didn't think those things could actually like explode, but they can. So it shattered. It was a rubbery kind that shattered on my forehead and to the nurse station promptly after that. It's actually on video. It's pretty
That's
Somebody
awesome.
caught that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
I'm not
watching.
sure I've seen that.
It was
Yeah.
in like
Oh,
it was
yeah.
in the staff blooper video, I think, that year. So
Yeah.
a quick tangent. You were talking about Trevor's game variations, and I think Rob may be the only one who remembers this, but it was like 05 or 06. I was, a young rookie program guy, and we're playing Super Uno, and Trevor's throwing in these variations each round, and he says, one variation is you have to match both color and number.
Yes.
So with Uno, you guys know you have to match color or number, but Trevor's like,
That's 2006.
okay, this round you have to match both color and number. And you know how Trevor's leading games. I mean, he's trained us all, so much respect. But he's like, so here we go, match color and number, 5, 4, and I'm sprinting across to Rob because Rob's the head ref, and so I can't hop to Trevor. I'm like, Rob, the game will never end. The game will never end. And Rob's like, oh, and he runs over to Trevor. And he's like, Trevor. I probably should just let it go and see what happens. But anyway,
That's
tangent.
great. Tangent.
So 2010. Anything else, Rob? So we had Supercross. We had Fuel.
Yes. Well, there's some great revolutionary ideas. 2010.
Oh, man.
Making the cabin names numbers. And
Yeah.
ask them to formulate a cheer as a number.
It's not as hard as you'd think.
Now, the historical perspective is 2010 was getting to the peak of the team entity being so over the top that the cheers, the team meetings, everything was getting at that peak time where I think on the program side, we were kind of baiting them a little bit by giving them more challenges to overcome with their cheers. Like, oh yeah, you want to cheer? Try you're a number.
You're 27. Rhyme with that.
And as usual, they produce at the cheer night.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. What about Funny Time, Rob?
Funny time. Oh man, that was the year of the ever-changing characters. Who's going to play which part? And I think for about a 24-hour period, I had a role that had a scene.
Yes, you did.
I was Mike. I think I was Mike at that for like a story because Mark was in there.
There was a triple switch.
Yeah, it was me, Mike, and Mark.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yep.
And because Mark basically wasn't there
Doing
to
orchestra.
do music.
Yeah.
And we had this whole part for him, and I was like, well, that's not going to work. He's not ever here, and he's a horrible actor. But okay, just sorry. Take that.
He could do lots of things.
Beside the point.
So, Paul, I can't remember that. Did that Funny Time take some huge plot change at some point? I mean,
I don't think it took a plot change, but it was like the 4D. It had the rubber pellets being thrown over the curtain and the campers.
Yeah.
That was the
With
year
the surround sound.
yep.
Yeah.
That was
The race
the year.
car.
That was the year we had like a $10 million budget for the set. We had cars.
That was just for the plywood for us to roll the car across the floor. It was $10 million just for plywood.
Oh my word.
It was, I think the 09, 11, 10, 11 years were like the last time we just really threw money at everything.
Yeah.
And now we're all involved in different ministries.
Yeah, we drove things off-road. I do remember the video for off-road. I had that old
Yeah.
Chevy truck
Yeah.
that we
That was a
kinda
great video.
built and was trying to like do some crazy things with it.
That was
I was even thinking about the pre-Funny Time video.
yes, it was a whole story in
Remember that?
itself. there were like 3 stories of Funny Time. There was the pre,
Mhm.
there was like the background, and then there was the actual Funny Time.
Because it featured Caleb, right?
Yep.
And Robbie,
as a-
Caleb,
Robbie.
Robbie,
As a crawler.
yeah, Caleb crawled. Robbie was on the little bike, and then Weston Random.
Weston. I'm trying to remember his name.
Yeah.
Oh man.
it was Laura Kennedy's Martin Scorsese moment. I mean, really bringing something with such
Nice.
gravitas.
Do you
And then
remember?
Funny
Sorry.
Time.
Do you remember Josh Rolin's wig he wore for that Funny Time when
Yes.
he came out as?
Kevin, I could bring up the story about that song.
Yes. Oh, I've already been thinking about that song. That was one of my come to Jesus moments that summer.
For those of you who've never seen Kevin mad or angry, the few times, one of those was in Funny Time. Practice.
There's usually one moment every summer. It was like the Thursday of staff training. Funny Time is coming to a head, and everything's got to work well. And my stress level is so high, and I haven't read my Bible in a few days, other than memorizing my passage.
You hadn't done that yet if we were still in staff training. Was
Yeah,
until the last day.
yeah. I don't know if I should tell that story or not, but yeah. But another quality memory from that Funny Time prep was I think it was the first Saturday cleanup of staff
It
training.
was.
And we were ending the day, and Mike Egerdahl called us and like, guys, we got a car. It's
He
free.
spent- Yeah, he spent the cleanup day going around looking for cars.
Yes. Yes. We weren't just throwing money around; we were throwing staff around too. But it was cool. So we all got that little car dolly from maintenance and drove out and picked up this car that was kind of legit for like a racing car. It had stripe down the center, and just as we got it loaded up, the heavens opened and we were drenched.
Oh my word! I do remember that.
Yeah.
And then Thad took that, cut it in half,
Put it on a frame.
used a bunk bed frame
Oh,
Remember that?
man.
Yes.
and put it on wheels.
Yes.
And so we had half of a car we could roll in and out of that, which was much better than an actual race truck that we had to roll in and out. But
With the engine out so people could come through the hood for Funny Time.
Carl.
Now, what summer did we make? Was that the same summer we made the curtains?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I mean, that was a huge leap forward in Funny Time technology.
Well, that
the
was
only
the
thing that would have
summer-
been better. The only thing would have been better if we were carving styrofoam.
Oh my goodness.
But
But that was the
summer-
previous summer.
That was the summer of sowing, and I don't mean like sowing seed like in the Bible, the parable. But we had a Kat Coons, who was a seamstress, and remember we had patches on every staff shirt that she had to sew on, and then she
Yes.
sewed those curtains.
Custom patches, custom made patches.
Yep.
That's right. We had personalized embroidered shirts
Yes, last name.
for our staff shirts.
Golly.
Unreal.
The stuff we did that summer because it's like I remember going to the whole sewing thing and getting the curtain set up, and that was like before we even did the car. It was like we kind of ate this huge elephant to get those curtains, and it's like, oh yeah, let's throw this car in here, and get some other time to put the stuff together. Then let's put about 800 curtains for the backdrop for the garage.
For those watching, Boyce has his shirt on. Thankfully, he always has a shirt on. But
Yes. Oh, that
And
is
then if
still-
you're on program staff, you got the extra
Yes.
flag there.
Special patch.
Yeah.
yes. As if there weren't enough elite status for leadership team, we had to really signify who we were.
Really differentiate ourselves from everybody else.
That's how you got into French Toast Night. You had to have a patch on your.
You are beneath me. You have no patch.
Oh my word!
Now, I think for that year for orientation, didn't we take your dirt bike into the gym and get it on the stage, and then my little red and white four-wheeler?
Yeah, we had multiple four-wheelers on the stage.
Because every Monday afternoon, I think Mike and Jared Mitchell maybe would come and get my four-wheeler, and somehow they got it. I don't know if they lifted it up or they had ramps to get up, but it was on stage.
No, we lifted it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
We just lifted it right up on the stage. The things we did.
He probably came in on a dirt bike on some of those times, didn't he? Or something like
Yes.
when we started out
We had a grand entrance at times.
Yes.
yeah.
Did
So-
Brother Steve come in on a dirt bike one time? Was that staff
That
training?
was staff
maybe?
training, I think.
Okay.
Not on purpose. Yeah,
Yeah.
not on purpose. He just got lost once he was out riding. Hey, what's going on in here?
Oh,
That was the lead up. The fall leading up to that was the infamous missing or losing the keys for Olson's dirt bike a couple times.
Oh.
yes. So a couple other games from that summer. So we had Junkyard, which I think was the first time we had a memory.
Let's spend a
type
long time talking about that one.
game. But that was the first time we did the memory game, right? That was a new game for us.
Yep.
Yep.
Over that, yeah.
And then the Tuesday night, I think it was Taco Bell that year.
What was
We
the
had-
game?
We had a minute to win it.
The
That's
game
right.
would have been Fuel Tuesday night, and then
No,
you
I'm
had
sorry.
then you had games during Taco Bell. Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking of a game from 2011.
Oh yeah.
Was that
Yeah.
was 2010 a minute to win, or was that $1 Million Money Drop?
Oh,
No,
don't
that's-
say it! Don't say it. Dude. I think that's.
I was legit asking. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
That's okay.
I,
No, one of those years you were a team leader, so I thought for sure you would.
I retract my. Well, it didn't count, so we didn't strategize for that one.
Hey, let's segue in just a moment. We'll segue into 2011. But first, are there any? Yeah, thank you, Aaron, for the segue motion. Any other memories from 2010 you guys want to
That is
share?
a camp memory.
Oh, it is.
Let's move
2010. 2010 was the last summer that I showed up with long hair to Northland Camp. The first and last. Didn't quite know what the summer culture was, and Brother Steve filled me in pretty quickly after day one of sessions.
Hey, brother.
So we know long hair really means like past your ears. Like that was
Like long for me, like not not.
Last loose long.
Yeah,
I mean, really, you had an Aaron Coffee cut, but you couldn't get away with it.
right. I wasn't on the leadership team. I didn't have the badge.
Oh, that is true. Did you guys remember what we did that year for like the 30 section sayers or the?
Free
Do you
T-shirt.
remember? I don't remember.
Goofy looking shirt.
I
That
did.
wasn't like. Oh,
Was it the year the I Did It shirt?
No, that one's my fault.
Wait. Was that the year that if you said 30 sections, you got to sit in the grind with Trevor and I just to listen? No, that was a previous summer.
I can't remember.
That was the worst incentive ever.
I think
Sorry
in
if you're listening.
the sections, you got to go eat cereal with the
Oh, yeah.
NIU.
And Mrs. Counselors.
Yeah. Maybe it was late night zip line. That I can't remember.
Segue. Go to 2011.
Yeah, we're not going to get through all these years in one episode, are we?
Yeah. We'll have to come back. I don't even know. Is there a clock on this thing, Aaron? Is there a way to know how long we've been recording?
Well, I happen to know we started probably around 6:40, and it's about 7:20 right now.
Well, it's
so-
9:20 where I am. That's a long.
That's what the listeners are saying right now. Holy cow.
Okay, let's talk 2011, and then if we have to cut it, we'll just cut it. So 2011 was the 50th anniversary.
Woo!
Yeah, it was.
Footprint.
Footprint.
I think Aaron should sing it.
You have to exhale when you do it. Footprints.
That's so good, Aaron.
Say it again. One more time.
Still got it.
Oh man. And so I remember the lead up to 2011, at least during we decided the theme the summer prior, or maybe even the spring prior. But because it was 50th anniversary, we didn't want to do a totally new one. We wanted to have a nod to the past, a proverbial nod. And so I think the written theme was Pioneer Days, subtitle, The Legend of Jack's Gold. Now, having a subtitle was revolutionary for Northland Camp.
So
There was a time when subtitles were not allowed.
Nope. They were frowned upon. They were awesome.
We attempted them and they were shot down.
Wait,
And right-
one interjection. Was
Yeah.
2010 when we switched to all one-word game names?
don't get ahead of me. No, don't do it yet.
Okay. I'll stop.
I don't think so. I think that was actually the
Spy games.
training camp. I think
Oh,
that we
I
went
don't
to
remember.
one word because in 2011 it would have been Jack's something.
Jack's question game, which we played a lot.
all right. Let's not steal someone's thunder here. So 2011, the program theme was Pioneer Days: The Legend of Jack's Gold, and I know 2011 was when we debuted the theme at the end of 2010. I don't know if that was the first summer we did it or a second
Teaser
summer.
trailer.
Yeah, but the last staff,
We didn't do
last staff
T-shirts.
cleanup day. No, but the last staff cleanup day, there was a video.
Well,
We
I
had-
remember the
I think we did that other times.
yeah,
Yeah. Aaron Coffey
bumper
was the
stickers.
owner and
Proper.
Paul was the owner, and yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't debuted then.
But what I do remember though is we debuted the name Pioneer Days: The Legend of Jack's Gold. But we admittedly within the office had no clue what that was even going to mean.
Oh yeah,
Remember that, Rob?
that's
We're
right.
like, we got months to figure that out, but it just sounds edgy.
and we didn't.
That is truth.
That is true.
Yep.
Like,
There's
come on, what are we gonna do? The Legend of Jack's Gold. What are we gonna do? I have no idea. We've got months to
So
figure
cool.
that out.
Because didn't we have to have the theme like the spring before because we had brochures ready that summer, like summer 2010, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or 2011. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we had plenty of time to figure out who Jack was.
Oh man.
It was in that December brainstorming or January brainstorming.
That's right. At
Yep.
Four Seasons. Yeah.
All right,
so,
here's my funniest. Here's
Yeah,
my
what do you remember
funniest,
about 2011, Paul?
flash memory story about that. It actually goes back to 2010. Staff recruitment. Now, again, once the theme is rolled out and all that, we got the brochures and all that, and then in preparation for staff recruitment, we get T-shirts made,
Yeah, we did.
and we get them made so that they match all the fonts and all that stuff. But we get them as incentive for people to do recruitment for us at the colleges. And when those shirts came in black and white with that design and that logo, I mean, it might as well have been lifted from a Jack Daniel's bottle. Here we go. Give us a close up there, boys, if you're watching. You're watching.
so
It might as well been. Wait, is that the one or is that actual Jack Daniels?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh my word!
It is identical.
So peek behind the curtain, like we would have these designs made up for us in many different colors, and we would decide the color of the T-shirt separately from deciding the design, which
Yes.
therein lies the problem.
So anyway, we get these shirts, and then Brother Steve, this was going to be his last year on staff, and he was meeting us down in Greenville to help recruit at Bob Jones like he always did. And of course, he hasn't seen any of this, and we were already a little nervous about how that shirt looked. So we picked him. I think he flew in. We picked him up at Ruby. We picked him up, ate at Ruby Tuesdays down in Cherrydale area, and then it was time to go over to the college or to our CBA apartment.
And Rob and I
And Rob and Kevin, shut up, Kevin. Get off my story.
I'm reliving it all over
Rob
again.
and Kevin hand me Brother Steve's shirt and ditch me. They take off in the van, so I have to ride with Brother Steve, who has not seen this shirt yet. And we're driving down Poinsett Highway or Pleasantburg or wherever. We're going down that road over there, and Brother Steve's like, "What you got there, brother?" I was like, "It's just it's your shirt for staff." He's like, "Oh, let me see that, brother. Let me see it." I was like, "We can see it when we get to CBA." No, let me see it. So he clicks on the light. We're driving down the road, and I hold that shirt up, and he goes, "Harold, that looks like Jack Daniels." I can wear that. I'm like, "Sure you can, Brother Steve. It'll be fine." And I'm not lying. For 2 days, he wore that T-shirt with a jacket zipped up to his neck
Yes, he did.
in 85-degree September or early October heat in Greenville, South Carolina. But oh man, that's what I remember, the Jack Daniels logo. Thank you, John Cobb.
It was
Yes.
such a great look, but man, it was
On that black and white, it was like,
we blew that.
ow.
Well, and it literally said Jack on it as well.
And you know that John Kopp is in his office just snickering as he's sending us this design.
Yes,
Like,
he is. John Kopp on purpose does an edgier design that's a little bit like non-traditional. I don't know. We might have hit the bait that time. So
oh
I'm
man,
my
sure he
word.
set the proof on some guy that looked like he was a druggie. He always had the models that looked like they were from a drug rehab center.
some beat.
and that was the same summer that remember the leadership campers got the shirt that the program staff were supposed to have, and so they had to redo their shirts for them because the shirt company I think messed up the order.
Yeah.
So the leadership campers got the program shirt, the one that the program guys had, the orange one with the guns and stuff.
With the offset type on the back.
Oh,
that
man.
was like humiliating.
So we made them redo it because they had messed up the order. That's good. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call it quits here for this episode, and you'll have to tune in to our next episode to hear the rest of Jack's Gold, the rest of the legend of Jack's Gold, if you will.
And there's gold there.
There's gold in them there hills.
It's gold in them there 1949 hills.
49.
Okay, but that's
Us and all the games that we had so well prepared.
That story's for next time. Real quick, as we close, I do want to shout out to our sponsor for this episode. And this is a special episode. It's our Summer Camp Memories episode. And in keeping with 2011, our sponsor this week is Joel Albright.
Oh.
Now, I know that we don't even think of him as a sponsor. He's
No.
one of us. He's one of us. But he did bring campers at least one, maybe 2 summers as a sponsor. And 2011 was his last summer as well as a program guy.
Mm,
I didn't know he died.
yeah.
Yeah.
In my heart.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah,
That was,
come back
that was
for
2011.
more. Yeah, come back for that. Come back for that.
That staff banquet is still going on.
Okay, stop. Okay, we'll reconvene in a week or a few days at least and talk some more about 2011. All right.
Yep.
Any
Yeah, see you
final
guys in
words,
5
men? All right. Until next time. Episode 12 out.
Peace out.